did a good job. If I could just add to that, I think we did say at the committee meeting that the third section would take precedence over the first section. We might find, if we're successful with the third section, we may not need the first section. And I just want to make sure that was clear.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. 3.
We have an informational report from the Municipal Services, Facilities, and Infrastructure Committee relative to the 2014 Green Up Clean event.
And we will file this as informational. Number 4. I do want to acknowledge and thank all of the participants, volunteers, staff, and businesses that helped in Green Up Keene this year. It was actually a very successful event this year. There were several hundred people that actually participated in it, and we very much appreciate the work and the efforts that they put into this program. Number 4.
We have an informational report from the Municipal Services, Facilities, and Infrastructure Committee relative to the Scores Bar and Grill installation of paving material at their sidewalk cafe.
And we will file this into the record as information. Number 5.
We have a Planning, Licenses, and Development Committee report relative to the Keene Swamp Act request to discharge fireworks, and on a vote of 5 to 0, the Planning, Licenses, and Development Committee recommends that the Keene Swamp Act be granted permission for the discharge of Class B fireworks on Saturday, June 14, 2014, on Alumni Field, no later than 10 p.m., subject to the customary licensing requirements of the council, that a signed letter of permission from SAD 29 be submitted for use of their property, and that a Class B fireworks permit be obtained. In addition, the petitioner agrees to comply with all recommendations of the Keene Fire Department and the Keene Police Department. Further, this permission is conditional upon the Keene Swamp Act absorbing the charges for any city services provided. The report further requests placing their June 3rd, July 3rd event on wartime. Signed, David C. Richards.
Councilor Richards.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move the intent of the committee report.
Councilor Richards.
This is the annual request from the Swamp Bats. The event dates June 14th. Please attend the Alumni Field. All city requirements having been met, the Planning, Licensing, and Development Committee unanimously recommends granting this request.
Is there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? I guess you're ready for a vote. All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. The second item on here, which is the Swamp Bats request for fireworks for July 3rd, 2014, will be placed on more time and will be taken. I assume you're going to put. Are you going to put that on the next
Yes.
agenda? All right. Number 6.
We have Planning, Licenses, and Development Committee report relative to the Cheshire County Sheriff's Office radio equipment. And on a vote of 5 to 0, the Planning, Licenses, and Development Committee recommends that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute an agreement with the Cheshire County Sheriff's Office to permit the installation and maintenance of radio equipment at the City of Keene Water Treatment Facility. Signed, David C. Richards.
Councilor Richards.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move the intent of the committee report.
Moved and seconded. Councilor Richards.
Arlene Crowell addressed the committee on the request from the Sheriff's Department to install and maintain a dish antenna at the wastewater treatment facility. Once installed, this will improve radio coverage for the Sheriff's Department patrol cars. Currently they're having some issues, and that is the high spot that will help them. All costs for the installation and maintenance will be the responsibility of the Sheriff's Department. This motion grants the city manager authorization to negotiate and execute an agreement, and the Planning, Licenses, and Development Committee unanimously recommends granting this request.
Are you ready for the questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? You really want to move this thing on, don't you, Kris? Number 7.
We have a Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to tax deeds for unpaid 2011 property taxes. And on a vote of 5 to 0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends authorized to waive tax deeding of the properties listed in the memorandum from the revenue collector dated May 15, 2014, until August 1, 2014. Signed, Mitchell H. Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. This involves 25 properties that have unpaid 2011 property taxes. As part of the process, you don't pay the first year, you do the second year, after the third year, the tax lien is instituted. Part of the state law, RSA 80-176, the tax collector must execute a tax deed unless the city council directs the collector to waive the process. That's what this is about. It buys these individuals, these 25 people, additional time to find the money, come up with a plan, and deed their properties. They've all been notified that this is going on, and history says that most will actually succeed in taking care of their obligations. This action will authorize the city manager to sign the deed waivers, and hopefully we will be successful in collecting all the taxes. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 8.
We have the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to the sublease of the Thomas Hangar. And on a vote of 5 to 0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to negotiate and execute a sublease agreement with the named party. Signed, Mitchell H. Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Thank you. Move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Carl Thomas owns a hangar at the airport just off the side of Route 32. Not being currently used, and he wants to sublease this to Septic Pro LLC to use the hangar for his vehicles. It would be accessed from Route 32, not directly from the airport side. The Airport Advisory Committee met and voted approval of this. There was a lot of discussion. Part of the approval came about because they still must continue to advertise this for aviation use, which they've agreed to. And it's basically a short-term agreement. It's been also okayed by the Department of Transportation. So with the council's agreement, the city manager will allow us to go forth and execute a sublease agreement.
Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 9.
We have the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to acceptance of donations, and on a vote of 5 to 0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends that the city manager be authorized to do all things necessary to accept a donation of $555, and that the money be used for the care of the Sumner Night Chapel. Signed, Mitchell H. Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. Move to carry out the intent of the committee report.
Second. It's been moved and seconded, Council Greenwald.
Thank you. Kevin Drummel, who is also with Keene Music Fest, has been hosting an ongoing concert series, primarily raising money for needed repairs at the Sumner Night Chapel. In total, this concert series has generated over $5,000. This is urging that we accept a donation of $555, and that the money will be used for the care of the Sumner Night Chapel. And for those that are interested in some good entertainment, the next concerts will be June 7th at 7 p.m. and July 12th at 7:30.
I think that we all owe a debt of gratitude to Kevin Drummel for his ongoing efforts to support and maintain the Sumner Night Chapel. This is something that has been going on now for several years and greatly appreciated by the city and by those people who appreciate the beauty of the chapel. Are there any other questions or comments regarding this? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. Number 10.
The Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee report relative to reallocation of surplus capital improvement funds. And on a vote of 5 to 0, the Finance, Organization, and Personnel Committee recommends that unspent funds from the following: $62,989 from the Capital Reserve Water Infrastructure account, $12,911 from the water pressure study account, $18,535 from the West Street well repairs account, and $21,000 from the dam master plan account be reallocated as $68,867 to the Watergate valve replacement account and $46,568 to the water main cleaning and lining account. Signed, Mitchell H. Greenwald.
Councilor Greenwald, I want to hear a good explanation of this one.
Can't wait in rehearsal. Carry out the intent of the community report.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilor
Thank
Greenwald.
you, Your Honor. First of all, the major point going on here is that this is not a new spending. This is all planned work. It's utilizing, it's utilizing funding left over from other projects that the city clerk just detailed, with water pressure and dam master plan and such. So it's money that is still in the accounts. This being a utility fund, it's not taken out of the general fund. It's primarily just from the users of the water system. The work involves primarily the lining of water mains on Pearl, Ralston, and Davis Street. This is in preparation for work that's going to be done over the next 2 years. During the design process, it was discovered we had an 1876 water pipe. Doesn't that make me feel great? 1876 6-inch water main on Pearl Street. And it would be less expensive to abandon 1,700 feet of that and utilize another one that also services those properties.
Give it to the Historical Society.
Yeah. I don't know, be careful, maybe a historic dig or something. The bids are also involved in this for the replacement of 19 Watergate valves. Again, the money is already available within the budget. It's just reallocating from one fund to another fund back around again, and it will facilitate all of this work. If you have any other questions, I direct you to our able city manager.
Are there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. They were sold